pristine darkness in every direction. Silence, but for the gentle, rhythmic slap of water on rock as your vessel cuts through. An overwhelming force pushes into your mind. The brain. It is here.
You pull through that anomaly. Erase. Remove. Extinguish.
Honestly, I was expecting an all-powerful brain to have a lair that was a little, flashier. Not immaculately designed or anything, just to have a sense of drama to it. Please, darling. You have the vampire ascendant on your side. How could we lose? Oh, as well as can be expected when facing down the end of the world.
The aura of Netheril hangs heavy in this place. The brain is close, as is the crown, as is victory. Dare we begin to hope? When? I'm glad you have such confidence in our endeavor. I confess, my own's not constructed from such immutable materials. I don't dare to imagine making such a decision when there's the small matter of the enormous brain beneath the crown still to overcome. Ask me again when the Illithid scourge has been wiped from this city and I'll have an answer for you. Until then, it's best not to count on anything.
When we return to the surface, there is no telling what carnage the brain will have wrought. We must be ready for all-out war. No. If this is to be our end, we will die together. But do not think of endings. Think of the glorious battle to come, and rejoice that we have a part in it. We are in the midst of a battle against a being that can kill worlds with a thought, and we are still standing. I am faring exceptionally well given the circumstances. I know that we can. If you have doubts, rid yourself of them. They are infectious.
Seems the brain's more reluctant to let go of the crown than we anticipated. Separating the crown from that monstrosity will be harder than we imagined. It might be time to reconsider our strategy.
All of that? And the stones didn't even work? I swear, this is never ending. Oh, as well as can be expected when facing down the end of the world. Please, darling. You have the vampire ascendant on your side. How could we lose?
While we still draw breath, we cannot lose hope, my love. We are in the midst of a battle against a being that can kill worlds with a thought, and we are still standing. I am faring exceptionally well given the circumstances. I know that we can. If you have doubts, rid yourself of them. They are infectious.
His soul is already suffering at my hands. That is the fate of all those who fail me. I am Bane, the Black Lord. I am the ultimate tyrant. I am fear. I am hate. And you are the dagger that bled Merkel's favored. You are the thorns that prick at my sides. Yet you are proof that still I will rise, and Baal and Merkel will yield. One question asked, 4 still remain. Why do red dragons ally with the Githyanki? Why did the broken god befriend Tyr? Ah, but you already know the answer. By making one ally, you deny them to another. And by turning mortals illicit, you deny their souls to their keepers. You do not stoke fear by reaping your own fields. but by burning your foes. You live for power. You have proven it with every fallen foe, every chest opened, every skill claimed. As long as mortals and immortals vie for sharper blades and louder voices, I am strengthened. So it is for Baal and Merkur, and so it is for you. You make me eternal.
The corpse says nothing more. You did not ask a question.
If it is for the best.
Let's get going. Seems the brain's more reluctant to let go of the crown than we anticipated. Separating the crown from that monstrosity will be harder than we imagined. It might be time to reconsider our strategy.
I have assessed our encounter with the Netherbrain from every angle. I know why we failed. The problem was not the stones. The problem was you. You can make only one move at a time, but the Netherbrain calculates every possible move at once. It knows what you will do. It knows everything you could possibly do. You cannot outmaneuver it. To defeat it, you would have to think like an Omnithid. Better yet, be one. Your mind is not capable of this. Mine is. You will give the stones to me. I will assimilate Orpheus, and then I will be able to leave this prison to face the brain. I will consume his thoughts, his knowledge, his brain. still don't trust me. After all we've been through, remember, I have been your salvation from the very beginning. Your knight in shining armor. I freed you from the Nautiloid, prevented you from crashing to your death. I have protected you ever since, at no small cost to myself. I came to you as a leader, but I did not shy away from showing you vulnerability. I needed you as much as you needed me. I was not above recognizing this. When you discovered my true identity, I did not flinch from the truth. I never lied to you, not once. I am just like you. We have the same enemy, the same story. I encouraged you to fulfill your potential, all while protecting you from harm. And when you saw what I truly am, you did not reject me. You enjoyed me. Now I ask you for the last time to trust me. Release the Nether Stones to me.
Do not forget, there's a card yet to come into play. The Orb. If we do not want to surrender the stones, we can still use it to ensure the brain's destruction. Along with my own, of course.
This is a risk we cannot take. Your hubris drives you even now. You failed before. I cannot trust that you will not fail again. You must trust me. Hand me the stones. It is true that I withheld reality. I showed Orpheus and his guards as evil beings. And I appeared to you in the form of someone you would trust. Someone who wasn't a mind flayer. But I am a mind flayer. Illusion is my language, just as words and actions are yours. Do not judge me for being true to myself. I have never judged you. I told you we have to trust one another. I told you the Githyanki would only want to kill you for what you are. Still, you choose to break our alliance. Even united, the Netherbrain was going to be an impossible enemy. But apart, we have no chance of survival. Very well. Since you will not work with me, you work against me. You leave me no option but to join the Netherbrain.
Chains of the Githyanki Prince.
Wouldn't expect him to be very friendly after an eon of captivity.
His eyes are unseeing, his voice silenced. But even with his mind caged, you can feel his power. the Githyanki prince takes his blade, a silent cry pierces your head. It's unlike any sensation you've ever felt.
You reek of Illithid. You fornicated with a mind flayer. And you slaughtered my honor guard. Nonetheless, it seems we must be allies. You may address me as Your Majesty. Make no mistake. Were it not for our common goal, I would strangle you where you stand. Your very existence tests my self-restraint. I will neither forgive nor forget your abuse of my powers. That is false. You had the opportunity to surrender yourself to my honor guard. They would have given you a noble end. Any worthy individual destined to become Geik would have done so. My guard would have freed me, and I would have stopped the Elder Brain before it evolved into a Nether Brain. All that suffering, avoidable, were it not for the choices you made. In this, we are aligned. I am obliged to overlook your transgressions. We will destroy the Netherbrain together, and put a stop to this nascent empire before it expands into the stars. The Geik was correct about one thing. The Netherbrain's power is beyond us. The hardest metal in the world would not cut through its mind, for it is made of thought itself. At this point, it will take an Illithid to unleash the full potential of the Netherstones. There is not. We face a Netherbrain. For there to be one way to defeat it is unlikely enough. There will not be another. Just as I was free, I will do it. I will become Illithid. I will sacrifice my soul for my people. I will end the grand design. The Netherbrain will be only too pleased to claim me. Even in my darkest hours, I knew it was my destiny to save my people. I could never have imagined this would be the way. Give Tavkim crushed. Let us seek out the Netherbrain and finish this Once the grand design is ended, kill me. It is the very least you can do. Come. It's time for us to meet our fates and end this illithid nightmare.
I can't talk when we have a city to save, darling. At least the bits of it that are worth saving.
We have a city to save. I think it's about time we got started.
The way is open. Let us go to war.
Enemies still draw breath.
Trust no one.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
The longer we wait, the more the Netherbrain's strength grows. Of combatants here. The brain must be close.
The High Hall was once a beacon of promise, of wisdom, of celebration. Now, well, it's just a beacon for all manner of horrors and pity. Cautiously optimistic. Though, with the time left to us and the amount still to be done, it's best we don't take anything for granted. Who knows what shape these final moments of ours might assume? Not I. Not Mistra. Not even you. Whatever my fate might be, I'll be glad to greet it in such fine company. I'd need a ream of parchment longer than an elder brain's stem to capture the tumult I feel at that particular prospect. But I'm ready, if that's the word you need to hear. If you call on me, I will not let you down.
I always dreamed of walking these halls, you know, enjoying the luxury of the ducal palace. And look at it now. Please, darling. You have the vampire ascendant on your side. How could we lose? Oh, as well as can be expected when facing down the end of the world.
Does your blood sing as mine does, my love? There is no time for words. Let us join the battle. We are in the midst of a battle against a being that can kill worlds with a thought, and we are still standing. I am faring exceptionally well given the circumstances.
What's become of you?
The grand design must be ended. A sacrifice had to be made. The duty fell to me. I am not long for this world, or any other.
What of Vlaakith? What of our liberty?
You underestimate your own people. Their imaginations have kept the name Orpheus alive for millennia. Bring them my message. Tell them my fate. Some will doubt. Some will mock. But some will listen. And the spark will be lit.
When the hammer struck, the heir's psionic cry shook the plains and marked his locus. I couldn't have imagined.
Find your nerve, my friend. Today, we strike at the brain. This champion holds the key to the Grand Design's end. Answer to him as you would to me.
Your Majesty.
I have spoken.
As you wish. I stand at the ready.
Your friendship, your constancy. When I fell to despair, they elated me. Thank you, my friend. Shavazai.
Shavazai.
Now, to the Netherbrain. Let it be the first victim in the war for the skies. Lose sight of our bigger goal. We must seek out the brain.
talk when we have a city to save, darling. At least the bits of it that are worth saving.
Lost much already, and we will lose more before the day is out. But even when the last soul falls, Baldur's Gate will stand. For Baldur's Gate is more than just a city. It is more than a place of opportunity for those of mercantile spirit. More than a place of refuge for those who are lost. More than a home for friends, loved ones, and adventuring souls. Baldur's Gate is a place where anyone can find what they need, if they're just willing to fight for it. Today, Baldur's Gate needs us. Today, we fight for... You're late, friend. This is the one you spoke of.
The very same. The champion we've been waiting for. The one who will save Baldur's Gate from ruin.
The Fist examines your illithid ally with suspicion. He was not expecting the savior of Baldur's Gate to be accompanied by a mind flayer.
Appearances may change, but they do not mask the one within. This one I know. Observe with whom it travelleth. Friends. This mind flare will fight with thee. It will save thy city and thy lives.
The Fist eyes your illithid ally with suspicion, softening to curiosity. His hostility melting at the recognition that there's more behind those eyes than malice.
My steel is yours, and I'm not alone.
You helped me once. I figured it's time I paid you back. With magic.
I'm better at crafting steel than wielding it. Your friend here is armored and potion-fueled and ready for battle.
I have marshaled the best the Flaming Fist has to offer. We will fight to the last.
You've unexpected friends. But my debt to you still stands. The Iron Hand Gnome's firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed.
The Moon Maiden's silver light is a shield in dark times. Today, it is mine to wield.
And I hold her sword.
Whatever strength I have to lend, I will lend it. I will make my city proud again.
Did you think I was gonna let you have all the fun? Mole looks out for her friends. Mind flayers included. And she'll have your back. Trust me.
I made some improvements to Ramesses' arcane artillery. Give the word and the sky falls on any who stand in your way.
Not sure what I have to offer a mind flare, if I'm honest. But I hope my words of encouragement and reassurance will strengthen your resolve.
The journey has been brutal, but I stand here a Hell Rider once more. And I would die a proud man if I died this day.
I want my city back. And I've brought the toughest bastards from the guild to get the job done.
My dark forces are at your command today. We have a common goal.
All the strength of the lands we healed flows through me, and from me to you. And whatever company you keep.
I wouldn't miss this for all the souls in the city. Call my name, and I'll bring the hellfire.
Nature's servant awaits.
Glad to have you with us, and not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with anticipation. All eyes are on you. They're expecting a speech, something to stir their hearts and put fire in their bellies for the fight ahead.
Well said. We'll prepare ourselves. We'll be ready when you call upon us. Baldur's grace be with you.
You have the full force of Ramesses Tower and its dashing master at your side, my friend. Let us finish this.
Been waiting a while for this. One strike for every day I spent locked in that damn pod.
Even I was surprised by how well the owlbear would take to the potions. Just look at it. Glorious little creature. Well, not so little anymore.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake. Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them. If thou art ready, proceed to seal fate's image with thy final stitch.
Let's go! Let's go! Want to bite?
I'm glad you're here. The Illithid, too. Though it'll take some getting used to.
Onwards. There is no reason to linger here.
Come on. Speeches are done. All that's left is the doing.
Have courage, my friend. Your victory is assured.
No one back home will ever believe this.
I knew I was in for something exciting from the moment we first met. Don't disappoint me now.
Don't look at me. This is your charge to lead. And no one better to do it.
Today, we take back the city.
Press on. This will all be over soon, and then... My gods, I'm having something very strong indeed. We face the greatest evil our realm has known, and we do it together.
On your word, the sword of Selûne will fall upon our foes.
Bodies, bloods, this is the dream. Knew I was smart to sneaks in. The skelly boy said I could stay if I sold your stuff. So hurry up. Buy, buy, buy! Really? Well, don't you go getting chopped up. I need customers! Don't go dying, or I'll be real mad.
I wouldn't be here without you. It's time I repaid the favor.
And these things are staying interesting. The High Hall was once a beacon of promise, of wisdom, of celebration. Now, well, it's just a beacon for all manner of horrors and pity. Plotting something, aren't you? Come on then, out with it. I'd rather know before we take on that cerebral monstrosity. Plan as any while staring into the maw of perdition. Shall we?
Power, the site of domination.
That's it! We have to use the nether stones on the crown. It's the only hope we have. I know you. I saw you in my dreams.
I know you. I know everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses. And so do they.
The crown! Cast the spell on it!
Victims await.
Let's turn someone inside out. They weren't expecting this.
right away.
Blood comes easy these days.
To what end?
Ha!
Understood.
Certainly.
This feels good.
Yes? Of course.
to push my luck again.
Your command. You are not finished yet.
weakened. This is our chance.
Cannot, will not submit. Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together.
Baldur's will is weakening.
On your command.
Battle of wits. Onward.
I thirst for combat.
Nothing will stand in my way. No time for mercy. Let's have some courage.
Your command.
There. At last. It is subdued.
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute!
And thus, I honor my mother's legacy. The grand design, once again, ended by my line.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Orpheus's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
This is the moment, my love. the moment in which we make a new world for ourselves.
And the screams of legions upon legions of unborn lipids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
loss of a mind is a terrible thing. But this time, I think I'll make an exception.
We are free. No more gods or monsters. Except those of our own making. And we are cleansed. The tadpoles are still at last. They cannot control us or turn us into abominations. Although in your case, the transformation may be an improvement.
Even when my time in the prism stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope. I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me. But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. Be our future and our legacy.
Duty. All my life, I've traveled in its slipstream, not once questioning its path. In its service, I came here. And now, I will carry your hope, Prince Orpheus, and I will carry your burden. But to that burden, I must add my own. The loss of those I leave behind.
Lach crashed Makvlek. So be it. Now, give me my freedom from this form. Yes, but for how long? My mind screams. It will never stop until it has slipped away from me entirely. I will not be Geik. I did what I did to save my people. The rest is up to them. Someone else must rise within the ranks to lead the revolution against Vlaakith. Give me my freedom from this form. Release my soul to the astral seas, while I still have one to call my own. Perhaps you are right. I may not be the one to lead my people, but I can still bear witness to their glory. I shall find a place for myself in a corner of these realms. For even in darkness, the stars of Tunarath will shine upon me. You were a worthy ally.
Homecomings are never easy. I fear Orpheus will find the Githyanki much changed. And they him.
Kulos! I can never forget you. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator.
allies!
The Githyanki are leaving us. An unlikely place to find ourselves, fighting on the same side as them.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smouldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Giontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. The power of Karsus would be in my hands. But what then? What would I do with it once I have it? Sage and timely counsel, as always. And I intend to heed it. A wise man learns from his mistakes, and strives not to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mistra. She'll cure me of my affliction. And I'll finally be free. And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, but I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mistra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
A nip, a dance, and a song. Don't mind if I do. I think we're due an evening's reprieve. What's our leader have to say?
There is much to do. But a drink might be nice. A seat would be better.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye,
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
Fine. I'll go. Well, with you. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
The world wakes to a new dawn, and we are here to greet it. Not as conquerors, but as saviors. Yes, I would like that. No more gods or monsters, no devils or demons to manipulate our fate. We reclaimed our freedom, though everything was against us. What would you do with it? Yes, that would be good. I'm sure my mother has missed me. She likes competition. We can put the Gondians back to work, rebuild the Steel Watch, and march on the Underdark with an unstoppable army at our back. And a song of conquest on our lips. It will be a glorious homecoming, and you will make a beautiful king. My name belongs to my mother, so our house will have a new name, your name, and the world will learn to fear it. But we can look to the future tomorrow, or the day after. Today, let us think only of ourselves in this moment. We have won a lifetime together.
Well, soldier. Here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. Don't forget. You asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
In the 6 months since the Netherbrain fell, you have often doubted the decisions that led you to the depths of the Underdark. Here, there is little comfort. There is only conflict, danger, and war against impossible odds. But there is also joy, even though your camps are haunted by scuttling spiders and Lolth-sworn soldiers. When you lie with Minthara, you feel like you could tear down the world, and you are building an army of your own. The outcasts, the exiles, and the rebels flock to your cause. Now you must leave them for a brief while and return to the surface, for you have received an invitation to meet with friends and allies once more.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
I cannot remember the last time I heard the Ballad of the Endless Spring performed. Now there's a ditty worthy of a knee slap.
I wonder if I can get this from my own cellar.
Ah, it's good to meet again.
The past made present. I'm glad for it. For this.
Do my eyes deceive me? The gang really is all here.
A most welcome sight.
By the living gods, I need it.
You made it! Now the revelry can truly begin.
The taste of sun-fed plants. Yes, my love. Are you done talking to your friends? Can we leave? I have hosted gatherings of house matrons and high priestesses who wanted nothing more than to murder one another before the night was done. I have negotiated the handover of hostages and smiled politely while sensing a dagger at my back. I thought I was equal to anything, but this is also pleasant. And I am not even sure anyone here likes me. It is the only thing. Let us finish our socializing and be done. In truth, I have never enjoyed parties, although they do present the perfect opportunity for a poisoning. You assume I am joking? Taste my lips. They are already laced with toxins. None shall be spared tonight, not even you. Now go. Mingle, carouse, indulge. Tomorrow we return to the Underdark, and our campaign against my house continues. We will need all of our strength. I know. I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Wither certainly knows his wine. Or resurrected an excellence.
There you are. Starting to wonder if you'd show up. In all likelihood, it will be. But we mustn't let that stop us. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it? I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Truly. I found a little cottage. Abandoned, half ruined. There's a lot of such places to be found, thanks to the Absolute's armies. I've been making it my own. You can come as soon as you please, so long as the lodgers approve of you. 4 dogs, 8 cats, 9 chickens, 6 pigeons, 4 sheep, a milk cow named Daphne, a squirrel who's far too clever for her own good, and a wolf cub I found orphaned in some woods. He's just a frightened little pup. He has no idea what he'll grow up to be. And maybe, with me there to guide him, who knows what he'll become. It's amazing what can happen with the right nurturing. I've called him Buttons, because he has different colored eyes like buttons on a ragdoll. Healing. Learning to live again. It's hard to think of all that was robbed from them, but they're intent on making every day count for double. My mother's mind still drifts every now and again, but she has more good days than not so good days. She taught me her recipe for apple and plum pie, and when I tasted it, I actually remembered it from when I was a little girl. Some things can't be taken from you, it seems. Father's making himself useful, helping me fix up the cottage and caring for the animals. His wolf form is very useful in helping Buttons to acclimatize. I think part of him wishes I'd ended up as a lycanthrope as well. Sorry, I'm rambling. Family life and pastry recipes probably aren't the most interesting topics for such a historic reunion. As am I. And no small bit surprised, also. Part of me is afraid I'll wake up from the dream and find myself back in the wilds, or worse, at the cloister. But no, it's real. Must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all. Do you ever rest? Think of all those poor, budding adventurers looking to make a name for themselves. Take some time off and give them a chance, why don't you? Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves. I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Oh, before you go, how does a red dragon plan their day? They don't. They just wing it. Sorry. My father's got years of terrible jokes stocked up that he never got to tell me when I was younger, but lucky for him, I've never heard them. And seemingly, I am easily amused. I know. I would have been an open book to you in no time. But don't pretend you didn't like the mystery. Go on. You've got mingling to do. I'll work on my punchlines some more.
I can eat a beholder. What's cooking?
Look where
sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
So am I. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you and Albert. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to snuggle. I missed your smell, but this thing I found had you all over it. I brought it for you, and I thought perhaps you'd like to throw it? I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you. You know best, but a little fetch never hurt anyone, as far as I know.
Friend? Friend! You came! Big Brother Scratch, too! Happy. Yes. Miss this. More. Widders? No. You smell very delicious. Follow smell, find you. Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep, want cave. Nice lady. She gives pets and tasty things. I like her. I go to her.
Oh, right. You. Hello. Yes, I'm certain it is. As for you, well, I've heard congratulations are in order. You helped Mr. Dekarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? That doesn't sound like him. But whichever way you want to remember it, well done, I suppose. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able, if you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important responsibilities. Why, I took time out of my busy schedule to come to your party, didn't I? What greater show of respect could there be? Ta-ta, darling.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste.
They can't all be winners.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Oh, my knees are aching terribly.
Must mean.
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Dekarios of Blackstaff Academy. educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance. Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Karsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. Illusory magic has the power to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression of that most magical attribute of all: imagination. Unfortunately, in that respect, some of my apprentices seem to be rather lazy. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned? And I couldn't be happier for you. A fitting reward for the sacrifices you made in getting here. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you. I don't see why not. 2 heads are better than 1. Unless you're dealing with an Etin. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower. It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come. Oh, my knees are aching terribly.
Must mean rain.
Hopefully not during the party.
I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head. A bit. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run. Shractalor. Let's say both. I can't imagine a greater pleasure than Vlakith's unmaking. Shractalor is the capital of the Githzerai, an exiled people, once kin with mine until the madness of civil war ripped out one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm. I admit, I've longed for his guiding wisdom more than once, but I have not heard tell of him, nor has my mind felt his presence. Gith's son has been lost to the shadows. Perhaps one day, when the Lich Queen is dust, he will step into the light. Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlakith's Vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that. Now go, mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
There you are. I was hoping you'd make your way over. There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in. I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last Fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tenari assassins who slip into Avernus, Armonites that amass near the Styx. My next target's the most challenging yet, or so she says. I don't know much more, only that it's no demon, but a devil. I'm not worried. Not when Karlach's got my back. I swear she could scare the eyes off a beholder. I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine, for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen. A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Back to the shadows with you.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. I'm glad the months have not been wasted. Particularly as I spent them cleaning up the mess we made of the city. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three, but nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. Honestly, much more sitting down than I'd like. Mistake me not, there is still much to be done. Plans to make, maps to be frowned over. But my children are more than capable of doing it. Even the young ones tire of me peeking over their shoulders. This night offers them a brief respite from me at least. And this place, now I look at it, it is where you all spent your first night together, no? A fine spot for an adventure to begin. A fine spot indeed. Of course I am. Perhaps just the long way around. It would be good to stretch my legs for a bit. I'll find my way back, as I always do. I admit defeat. Baldur's Gate is my home. But that is the thing about home. The only way to see it clearly is to leave. And look back. For a little while, at least. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God! He wasn't kidding. With us, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean. I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission. Man, we had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier. Every time. I won't be in Avernus forever, you know. Can I look you up when I'm out? Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High-stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise.
Quite as nice as the sitting room, but...
You realize you were such a homebody, Carl.
Oh, I simply must have this one. It's practically sanguine.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
Nice to return to familiar environs.
Well, look who it is. My first and oldest friend. The last 6 months have been kind to you. A blessing, no less. Well, isn't that just darling? A pity that you let the real blessing slip through your fingers, of course. Though we all make mistakes. But I am glad to see you're living life to the fullest. We deserve nothing less, you and I. Cazador's mansion has become my palace, and played host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now. Try to wound me all you like, but I'm so much better than he ever was. I achieved what he only dreamed about. And now my ambitions can take me anywhere I want. But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a life that's worth living. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking. Perhaps the next time we meet, we'll have grander conquests to toast. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it end in some ways. But we have great new lives stretching out before us, and great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me. Until next time, darling.
The past made present. I'm glad for it. For this.
You killed the glass of Ulava wine.
I should take a tour. Just to see what the rest are up to.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day. I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place. That was more than worth the wait. That was more than worth the wait? Oh, I suppose you didn't mean that literally. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together. In a manner of speaking, yes. Though it is a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. True balance is no simple, fixed thing. I see that now. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of. You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. Ha! You would ask to be tucked in next. But whatever the intrepid adventurer needed, I would have been glad to provide. More than a few, I should think. At least I shall be equipped to explain the birds and the bees when the time comes. But I hope that time is quite a while off yet. I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image. I am glad you have kept yourself occupied. No doubt I'll be able to spin a few yarns for the children from this. Thank you. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. I spend half my days in Ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be. Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned. As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age. Of course. Your embrace makes me feel safer than any armor could. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company. Oh, I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was invited.
Psionic projection is holding.
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source
A
food?
beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some
Hello
pig heads,
again.
and a stale loaf of
Beautiful.
bread
Sibu,
just to get by.
I told you our friend was near. Ah, breathe deep, Pooh. The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. Ah, to meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes. Honored, of course.
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, hmm? It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsky's arm was growing aexum. So I have. Though it is a peace made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood. 9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels, and so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site, even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might do the same.
Yes, yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Oh, of course. It is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Oh, gods.
But enough, my friend! I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done. Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is life without a companion? Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? Ah, you are right, Boo. That is none of Minsk's business. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends. So you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil-Horned and Angel-Hearted. Lae'zel of Creshkiller, true child of Gith and true friend to Boo, though she will and say it is not so. Lord Astarion, as murderous a monster as any I've known. But you are safe from his teeth. He is unlikely to stoop and split those fine trousers of his. Gale, the man who would be a god, but then thought better of it. Boo thinks better of him for it too. Shadowheart, 2 gods tugged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? Halsin, Archdruid of Arch... somewhere. He is a much better man than he smells. And there, the champion of the Hells herself. Karlach Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball and Bane. Once the guild is made of good names once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jaheira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief, for the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty. And more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them.
I fear I am becoming
It smells so good here!
Oh, I could eat a beholder. What's cooking?
My knees are aching terribly.
Must mean rain.
Even
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not.
I can't believe this is real. Never thought we'd gather like this again. It's quite... yes, it's really quite lovely. Oh, my knees are aching terribly.
Perhaps I should stretch my wings again.
This is... nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not.
Just the same old chatter. Does no one here get drunk and spill secrets? We've already had one heart-to-heart. Best to leave it at that, don't you think? I'm not sure I can manage another bout of sentimentality.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
I do not know who all of our friends were, but perhaps...
I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone. Oh, hells, what? What another adventure is it? I'm quite content with my semi-retirement. The owlbear. Of course I'll have him. If he wants to come with me, that is. I'd have offered sooner, but everything was a blur after the battle. I thought he'd gone to roam free. I'll have to find somewhere for him to sleep, of course. He'd get stuck in the door of my cottage. Maybe the barn. It's as warm as anywhere, as long as he gets along with Daphne. I suppose you're right. He's come a long way since he first wandered into our camp. We all have. I can picture the look on my parents' faces already. Well, seeing as you asked so politely... That hit the spot. Don't be a stranger. Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels
Perhaps
and
the
crates
bard
of
knows
supplies
some
when
of
he
my
could source
favorites.
these?
Unless my taste in music is too antique, of course.
I won't send too many letters back to the gate while I'm away. I will try to enjoy solace. But you look disbelieving.
It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again, if only for a night. I hope the sun does not make haste to rise on us. I was just thinking the very same. I could get used to this.
Looking for attention, Sharp.
Look at this place. At us. This is the best party I've ever been to.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers. Cheers to all of us.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Unfed plants.
We shall conclude our business with the thief. But have no fear, my friend. Who will save you a dance?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little. Milil. Though if the lack of song prayers is anything to go by, that name carries less weight than it used to. Apologies. I think I got a mote. Carried away there. You're hardly to blame. You just want to change up the music, I wager. You know? You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally! The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for? Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want?
fantastic idea. It'll suit the whole affair perfectly.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited. I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
If this fine music continues, you might take to dancing.
Ah, right. I can hold your dream.
Oh no, little halfling. Minsk cannot keep up.
It's just so goddamn beautiful
Rather
here.
like the food.
Perhaps I should stretch my wings again. Who knows?
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Withers has laid out quite a spread of food, for one comprising mostly of bone. Perhaps he wishes to live vicariously through the attendees' appetites.
Oh, it smells so good here.
I expect there have been other
I can eat
reunions
a
to which
beholder.
I was not.
What's cooking?
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
Good to see them again.
Just the same old chatter. Does no one here get drunk and spill secrets?
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these?
I should take it home.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
I'm going to enjoy myself. And you can't stop me.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Not one juicy secret to be heard. Such a pity.
Oh. Pardon me.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Think mother gift. Psionic projection is holding.
Hello again.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these? God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
I would kill for a glass of Ulava wine.
Withers certainly knows his wine. Or resurrected an excellent sommelier.
It's just so goddamn beautiful here.
The gathering of heroes. A fine target for our enemies.
The whole gang is here. Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
I would kill for a glass of Ulava wine.
I will never get tired.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites. Unless my taste in music is too antique, of course.
Kill for a glass of Ulava wine.
I simply must have this one. It's practically sanguine.
Oh, pardon me.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Perhaps I should stretch my wings again. Who knows what people are gossiping about?
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Ah, cool, fresh air. By the living gods, I needed it.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Does no one here get drunk and spill secrets?
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
Reunited with friends amidst nature.
Do let me know if you spot a cozy corner near the fire for me, won't you?
This is nice. A little tame compared to all of my parties, but it has a quaint charm. Nice little spot, isn't it?
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
I didn't realize you were such a homebody, Tara. I can't believe this is real. Never thought we'd gather like this again. It's quite... yes. It's really quite lovely. And that's my mother's sitting room.
It smells so good here!
You don't like me enjoying myself, do you, Shah?
Good song,
What a
good company,
surprise.
and good wine from the looks of it.
Hello again. Beautiful.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and past when crystals feeds? Christ, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
We will spend the rest of our lives together. Go, be with the others. Of course. On this occasion, you need not even earn it, my sweet. Exquisite.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again? You always know just how to do it. Do you even have to ask? I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
You know, I never really imagined Withers as much of a party thrower. But then again, I suppose our camps weren't taking care of themselves while we were out gallivanting, were they? There's hidden depths in that lovable husk. Oh no, that's all part of the fun. You know me. I can't resist a bit of mystery. Let me see. Oh, what did the amorous boar say to the sow? Ha, not quite. Fancy, but oink? Why, thank you. I suppose it's worth a try. It might keep the animals amused for a while. You might be onto something there, though the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise. Come here. Never gets old. Don't be a stranger.
This is nice. A little tame compared to all of my parties, but it has
The past made present. I'm glad for it. For this.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Quite worthy scrounging in barrels and
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants.
I will never get tired of seeing that face.
I expect there have been other reunions.
We've already had one heart-to-heart. Best to leave it at that, don't you think? I'm not sure I can manage another bout of sentimentality.
I just know what I like.
And that's my mother's sitting room.
And the dining table, and the hearth, and above all, your lap.
It smells so good here!
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not.
Oh, I can eat a beholder! What's cooking?
Wither certainly knows his wine. Or resurrected an excellent sommelier.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun-fed plants. We will spend the rest of our lives together. Go, be with the others. Of course. On this occasion, you need not even earn it, my sweet. Exquisite. I would kill for a glass of Ulava wine.
Simply must have this one. It's practically...
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? Thou givest thyself so little credit. The duty borne by you was great. You could have well shirked. Thou gavest what it was possible to give. The realm continues for your sacrifices. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
We will spend the rest of our lives together. Go, be with the others. Of course. On this occasion, you need not even earn it, my sweet. Exquisite. I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
Yes? What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you. There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.